Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amber and I am sharing my health and weight loss journey. This is basically just like an online diary for myself to keep track of my progress, what things that are working, things that aren't working. So the last 21-ish days, I have been on this like hormone reset journey. I did the 7-day hormone reset where I lost like 2.5 pounds and then half an inch off my waist and all this stuff. And it's been a couple weeks since then, and I am still low carb, high fat because I'm like, oh my gosh, this works so well. I need to keep going, obviously, which insulin is something I need to keep in check with my insulin resistance. So it made sense. But you know, I got receipts now, y'all. I did another in-body analysis at my gym. So let's see. Did all that hard work of going low carb actually help? No, it didn't. So the week after, I immediately gained all the weight back that I had lost during that 7-day detox. So I basically think that it is set up in a way to make you lose a lot of water weight so that you then want to do her 21-day program. That's my honest thoughts and opinion. It was hard to do, and it was hard to be consistent for, I was consistent for 6 days with it, and it was really hard. And to like not have those results last is frustrating. I think frustration is the best word to describe like what I've been going through really the last month. People plateau, I get that, but I've been working really hard, and when you don't see the results, it gets very frustrating. So I have some thoughts. I have some, things I want to do soon. But I'm going to Mexico. So all this is going to be on pause. I'm going to go live my best life in Mexico and not care about a dang thing I'm putting in my mouth. Just not going to worry about it. I'm on vacation. I've worked my butt off, and I'm going to come back and work my butt off again. So, we're going to enjoy the next week. But when I get back from Mexico, there are some things I want to implement. So I did my in-body analysis. Did I end up losing a pound? Yes, I did. I lost a pound. But guess what, friends? It came from my muscle. So I lost 1.3 pounds of muscle. Hard-earned muscle from me working out 3 freaking days a week, consistently lost a pound of muscle. Gained fat. I gained 0.5 pounds of fat while trying really hard and choosing cauliflower instead of potatoes. So basically, send help. Honestly, when I did this in-body analysis, because I really did want to have something from the start of my 21-day thing to the end. I'm thankful I did this, because what this shows me, like if I'm just thinking about what the scale says, I'm like, this is working. I'm going to keep going. And honestly, it's having the actual opposite effect. I'm losing muscle and gaining fat somehow. How can you gain fat when you're in a calorie deficit? That's a good question. But when I was doing this, it's in like the manager's office of the gym, and the owner of the gym that I've talked to a couple times was there. And I was telling him how frustrated I was because I've been working so hard. And he said I'm probably not eating enough calories because we were talking about what I was doing. But to keep my calories where they are now, because I did tell him I started off at like 2,100 calories and I wasn't losing weight then. So I dropped down to 19. And he said, leave it there now, but know that might need to go up in the beginning. Because he's seen me work out. He knows, the intensity and stuff at which I'm doing, and the consistency that I'm there. So that's something I might change back to the 2,100 eventually. But the main components that I want to change when I get back is he wants me to go up in protein. So he said between 160 to 180 grams because he had my little stats here. So he knew how much body weight I have. That's a lot of freaking protein. And he said, you know, basically just divide up the carbs and fat. I said, I do have insulin resistance and stuff. He said, okay, if you want to, you can do more fat than carbs, you know, like whatever basically works for you, but really focus on that protein. So that's going to be something moving forward. I'm really going to up my protein. And he said too, basically because he thinks I'm not quite eating enough and then I'm not eating enough protein, that my body's cannibalizing my muscle and storing my fat. So basically, because I'm not eating enough calories, my body gets to decide, okay, am I gonna take that from the muscle or am I gonna take that from the fat? And because I'm not eating enough, it's like, hey, we might be in a starvation situation. We'll hold on to the fat. Let's just get rid of this muscle because we have to burn more calories when we have the muscle, essentially, is what he said. So, you know, by adding that protein, it's going to help like keep that at bay, where maybe it'll choose the fat over the protein. He says if adding that protein in doesn't affect it, then I probably need to go up in calories a little bit. He also told me to start doing 20 minutes of cardio after my weight training. He said start with 3 days a week, but you can go up to 5 days a week. Just 20 minutes, walk on an incline, keep your heart rate up. Do that 20 minutes at a time after your workout. That's all you really need of cardio. These are what the owner of the gym is telling me. So I'm gonna implement that. I worked out today, obviously, because I was at the gym. And I went ahead, and the app I'm using, the Alive by Whitney, I'm doing I think it's the Lift. It's the one with Libby, her best friend in it. Lift Intermediate. And it is really focused on lifting heavy. So you're only doing like 6 to 8 reps of everything. And he told me to start doing a lighter weight, but doing more reps. So like 12 to 15 reps. And then sprinkling in like 1 day a week, pick one muscle group to lift heavy in. So you're sprinkling in heavy training, but the bulk of your training is the like 12 to 15. So those are like the main things that I'm gonna be working on. And I just wanted to, my dog is yelling at me. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to put it out there. I know I'm changing what I'm doing a lot. He also told me to get this in-body analysis done every week to 2 weeks. He told me waiting a month is too long because basically you've wasted a whole month doing something that's not gonna work for your body. Everyone is different. Every body needs different things. So like calories, amounts of protein, what I'm gonna finally decide to do is gonna be different than what might work for you. But because of that, you have to constantly tweak what you're doing to get the results that you want. So if you're going a whole month, like that's so frustrating to try really, really hard for a whole month, where I can go and get in a week and get another in-body analysis and know exactly, did I lose fat and keep muscle or even build muscle? Okay, then that combination is working for my body. Am I continuing to lose muscle and fat? Okay, I probably need to go up my calories. Do these little tweaks until we get where we want. So yes, I understand I am trying a lot of different things, but that is because I'm not just going off the scale. The scale is a liar. So I am using actual like in-body analysis of how much muscle I have, how much body fat I have, and how that's changing over time. And I'm letting the data tell me what I need to change, because I don't want to keep doing something that isn't actually working for my body, right? So just because something's popular, like low carb or Weight Watchers or whatever, doesn't mean it's going to work for your body. So I'm letting my body tell me what it wants. When I find that winning combination, girl, I'm going to lock it in and we're going to hit the road with it. But I have to find it first. I haven't found it yet. So maybe the 30% protein isn't enough for me. Maybe I need to go higher. I had a flare up in my hands, even though I've been eating anti-inflammatory. I have also been having a harder time sleeping. So I think there's something wrong with my cortisol. Like I wake up and I cannot go back to sleep. So I don't know if like the lifting heavy was causing my cortisol to go up. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not any kind of health care professional. These are just me paying attention to my body and then seeing what the actual results are and then making decisions. And with talking to him, I do feel a lot better because I woke up this morning And I got on the scale and I was so frustrated, y'all. I was talking to my husband before he went to work, and diet culture in general, especially like growing up through like the 90s and 2000s, and like, and I'm like, even if you're older than me, you know, like you got it bad. But that want to just, I just need to cut my calories. Like, I just need to go 1,500 calories. Like that actually worked for me in the past. No, obviously it didn't. I'm sitting here overweight. So doing that did not work for me. But the like desire to be like, maybe I'm eating too much. And then I go to the gym and my husband's like, no, don't do it. That's what you've done in the past. Please don't do it. You've undereaten. I'm like, this isn't working. I'm so mad. Then I go to the gym and the guy tells me, you're probably not eating enough. Y'all, it's hard. It's hard. That's why I'm doing this journal, because so many people, they don't start their channel until they lost the weight. So many of them. And then they're like, this is what I did. And like it was the easiest thing in the world. It's not freaking easy. Maybe it is for you if you naturally lose fat easily. Kind of unicorn you are. I don't know. Congratulations, you won the lottery. But for most of us, it is not easy. And even though you're eating healthy, like I haven't had like processed food or anything in weeks and weeks. Like it's been clean eating, and you think that alone would be enough to lose weight, but it's not. There has to be this like magical combination that I find that when I click it into place, it's gonna be great. But I hope this is just kind of encouraging to you, in that like if what you're doing isn't working for you anymore, there's no shame in trying something else. Keep trying new things until you find what actually works. I think I'm gonna go back to just focusing on my protein and then letting my carbs and fat lie where they are. There's a dietitian on Instagram. I think it's Danielle, the dietitian. I'll link her name here. That's what she does. And she is right, because it is honestly overwhelming trying to get all 3 macros perfectly. And just knowing that, okay, I need to pick more fats, like as I'm choosing my foods, gravitate towards fats instead of carbs for my insulin resistance. But at the end of the day, really just making sure I get my protein locked in where it needs to be, and that being my main focus, because I am mentally struggling constantly checking my carbs and fat and protein and like trying to get everything perfect. It's a task, and I don't feel like it's very sustainable. Same with the low carb in general. Like I said, I want to be more mindful picking fats over carbs, but I don't want to be scared of rice or a banana. And I haven't had a lot of the foods I love because I'm scared of them all of a sudden because they're carbs. And I just like all of a sudden with like, oh, I need to reset my hormones. I can't have that. And I feel like it's more damaging to my mental health than anything. So just focusing on getting that really high protein in is gonna be enough mental burden for me to bear. Eating all that protein is also gonna be difficult. So that's enough challenge for me. I'm gonna be working out 3 to 4 days a week once I get back from Mexico. I'm gonna add the 20 minutes of cardio on at least 3 of those workouts. And we're gonna do that for a couple weeks. And then I'm gonna do this again, and I'm gonna see, did my fat change? Did my muscle change? What do I need to do? So that's where we're at. I hope this is actually encouraging to you, because like, no, it's not just you. Yes, it is really hard. And sometimes you have to keep trying to find what's gonna work for you, because because something's popular doesn't mean your body is gonna say, yeah, this is gonna work for us. So I'm thinking a lot more paleo style, still staying away from gluten, because I do know that does impact my joint pain. And I'm gonna do dairy though, so I guess not really paleo, but I like a lot of paleo recipes. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going, but dairy really helps me get in my protein. And I took it out for about 6 weeks, added it back in. I've had it back in my diet for about 3 days now. Haven't noticed any change. So I'm thankful, because Greek yogurt and cottage cheese are ways I've really gotten my protein in the past. So that is now a resource that's available to me. I think the more foods you can have in your diet, the better. It just makes it more sustainable and more enjoyable. I've always been the kind of person who wants variety, so it helps give me more variety, and I appreciate that. So that's what's happening. We'll see how it goes. And we're gonna keep seeing and keep changing and keep growing until we find what works. So I hope you have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.